Hi, my name is Shane, and I'm going to be the video where my dad knows a lot about three-wheelers.
Hey everybody, Damien Tucker here with DT Motorsports, Damien and Tori Motorsports. That's my son Shane. He's very into everything that we do. He even built his own three-wheeler. We'll show you in a little bit. So this was our last video, how to build a YZ trike without a kit. So like the fundamentals here are the same with all of them. So you need a YFZ 450 carb model only, not the R model. Swing arm, the entire rear end here, the whole thing. And then you need the subframe, you need the rear fenders, you need the side panels, you need the seat, the grab bar. The exhaust is what comes on the dirt bike. Same with the frame, the gas tank. You also need the YFZ thumb throttle if you want to run a thumb throttle, the cable, and it hooks right into your FCR card. You need the front brake master cylinder if you run the thumb throttle. If you run the twist throttle, leave the bike one there. You need a front hub. I recommend our DT front hub. There's a few out there, the modern wheel setup. You can also run a 200X front hub. Sorry about the video and my son's learning here. The 200X front hub works great, although you have to run the 11-inch wheel or you get the 86, 87 front hub, then you gotta shave the hub down to fit the 10-inch DWT wheel. Now, our front hubs, you just run a 10x5, either a YFZ front wheel or a TRX wheel, whatever wheel pattern your preference is. I got two 4on156 hubs out there and one 4on144 hub out there. Okay, so you come over here, Shane, show them the profile. So like, you got like 26 degrees of rake, you got too much rake, steers great till about there, and you fight it a little bit, then it steers again. Same thing. So we built the negative rake triple clamps. Now, we do not offer trike conversion parts. Make sure I'm all the way in the frame, Shane. We do not offer trike conversion parts. We do not consult about trike conversions. We do not sell trike conversion kits. And no, we will not build you a three-wheeler. We sell YZY clamps for multi-purposes. You can use them for big wheels, sand bikes, snow bikes, like whatever you please. But we do not do trike conversions, right? But I'm going to tell you guys how I built my own prototype three-wheeler using our universal parts. And there's nothing illegal about building your own prototype, which I'm not going to tell you to build one. All right, everybody? Make sure I'm in the frame, Shane. All right, so this conversion, you know, you got the resistance. This also has the dirt bike shock on it, which we just cut this out. I built this 10 years ago. It's still holding true. It's got the VTX clamps. So the dirt bike shock doesn't work as good. So you also need the YFZ air box. I forgot to mention that, and the boot. It all fits. So what you do is you take a tape measure. You measure from here up to here. This was the first one I ever built. So let me grab a tape measure. We'll see where we're at versus my newest model there. Should be relatively the same. So pivot bolt the swing arm. Up to here we're at 25 inches. I think my newer ones are around a little over that. Okay, so 25 inches. Then you go on the other side, you measure the same. Now on a steel frame, you just weld tabs on here. Done deal. Same with the two strokes. All the 2000 and newer stuff's relatively the same. Now I'm not gonna write you a parts list, so just pay attention to what I said in this video and write it down. All right, let's come out here. This is just a crash course. All right, so this is a hand-built subframe a dude did that owed me money. So it's like a little nicer, but we make snow bike subframe mounts, bolt onto here, and you just bolt the YFZ subframe right on. We got like 8 sets of the steel ones left. I'm gonna revamp them, so after I sell the 8 sets, you're on your own for now. You can make them out of mild steel. I bet my grab bar doing a 50-mile-an-hour wheelie the last weekend. We rode in the winter time. Everything's all rusted and hammered. All right, so yeah, it's still 25 inches. I mean, the reservoir's in the way, a little hard to measure. Let's try the other side here. Oh, and the exhaust is in the way. All right. It's a lot easier when it's all taken apart. Let me get that up in there. All right, so we're between 25 and 26 inches. So that's where you want to set your subframe on the last grab bar bolt. Some of them end up at 27 inches. but 25 and 26 is ideal for your placement. Now, a lot of people complain about where the foot pegs are because they don't know what they're talking about. Once you use negative rake clamps, you tuck the rake in, your placement's correct at that point. Also, your swing arm, a +1 is ideal, but the stock YFZ swing arm's awesome. Now, if you look, I got the same rake on my Yamaha, my Honda, and my KX. Now, here's the deal. If you send these to a guy named Gator at Northwest Machine Shop in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and your stem, he can bore out my clamps and then put the CRF stem in. And then I sell 54mm upper clamps, which fit these. I got my brass adapter sleeves, so you could run either forks in these with the adapter sleeves. Then the only kicker is with our parts, you're gonna run a YZ brake rotor. To make this work on a CRF, I bought the oversized bracket to fit the CRF caliper, and then the YZ oversized rotor that matched. Now it all bolts up. Pretty simple. I built this swing arm with all the proper geometry. I might make some and sell some later, but it's just going to be a modified YFZ swing arm, not a trike swing arm. This is a YFZ 450 rear end. It's all universal. So you need to space the sprocket over 8mm. We offer, we offer the spacer for that. We also have about 50 of these coming again because I'm all sold out on the modified chain slider. Now that fits on the stock swing arm. So it also fits on a Kawasaki. Now the Kawasaki, the stem fits everything. To make these work on these other frames with the steering stops, I drill and tap right here. You get that, Shane?
Yeah.
Same here on the Honda. Now my Honda, my Kawasaki, and my Yamaha all have the same geometry, which is phenomenal and works. Okay, the Kawasaki fits the YZ pegs. These are TRX 450R full nerfs. They bolt right on the 06 to 09 frame. Make sure you get everything good, Shane. Do your job. All right, so the other thing is you have to have the 19-inch rear shock. When I say 19-inch, it has to measure 19 inches. It cannot be 18 3/4. Okay. So here's the other thing. There's a bunch of different linkage lengths. On that Kawasaki, I built a custom link. It's shorter. So it's shorter, and then it put this in the proper spacing. So on the YFZ, you want the bolt in your shock to just barely be at the top of the linkage there. Okay? So I got a shorter one. Now the handling is superb. On the Yamahas, it all fits. On the Honda, I got the bike shock. So there are limitations. On the Kawasaki, I milled the frame to fit the shock. Now you can also mill the shock body to fit the frame. So I'm in between shops moving right now. It's a little hectic. I don't know where my rear shocks are. I was gonna pull one out for you here. All right, chaos. All right, so anyways, the eye-to-eye measurement on your shock. Let's just take a look at the CRF shock. Eye to eye means center of mount to center of mount. So i.e., for example, if we're at center of the bolt on the shock, and we're at center of the bolt up here, check it out. Shane, look right here. It's 19 inches, okay? So it's 19 inches. So if you get a YFZ rear shock that is 18 3/4 inches, that is wrong. That 1/4 of an inch will change the entire geometry. If you look at my trikes, the swing arm is angled down. They do not bottom out. If you look at the competitors, when you sit on them, they're angled backwards. That's why they handle horribly. All right, so we got a parts list to build a prototype. Let's go over our universal parts. All right, 2.5 negative rake DT triple clamps. Fixes the rake. You want about 23 degrees, which in tow puts your trail in between 1 to 2 inches. I'm not gonna tell you my magic number, but it all handles perfectly. This is the DT front hub. This is the non-brake side threaded spacer. This is the brake side spacer. That is the rotor adapter. That's our axle. Now in the back, we got linkage adapters. So the one with the sleeve goes in here where the linkage is on both sides. The one that doesn't have a sleeve, or I mean a shoulder, sorry, the shoulder goes down there. The one without the shoulder goes up in the top of the shock body. So it's a 3-piece set. Okay, this is the sprocket spacer, 8mm. Find all this stuff on our website. That's the chain slider. So basically all you need is the YFZ parts, the front end kit, and then some spacers and the chain slider. The subframe mounts, like I said, I got 8 sets, and I'm gonna switch to a billet deal. Let me see that, Shane. Good job, buddy. High five. How old are you?
9.
9, yeah, good job. Here in a second, I'll show you Shane's 3-wheeler. But like, same thing, uses all the spacers and the chain slider. I built the subframe. This one, built subframe. This one will be a built subframe. I've been running a job up in Alaska. I don't got time right now. All right, here's Shane's 3-wheeler. He built out of an SSR pit bike. He welded it himself. Pretty sweet, huh? All right, Shane, say until next time.